I was born in 1970, August 27th. I grew up at 1827 South Crest Drive in the south end of Peoria.
In a town nestled in America's heartland, a young boy grew up dreaming. With eyes as wide as cornfields, he knew where he wanted to go, and always where he came from.
If you look obviously on the map and you go around this town, this is the heartland. You know, this is where, you know, your good roots, your good values come from. And I'm proud to say, you know, that I grew up here because it taught you how to act and it taught you how to treat people.
And here in his hometown, Jim Thome treated us to a guided tour of his childhood, a walk and drive back in time.
Well, we're actually on Fremont Street, which we're going to be turning up here to go where my old house was. It's kind of exciting, pretty neat.
When was the last time you were there?
At least over 10 years ago.
When your parents moved out?
When my parents moved out, yes. Yes, this is basically where I grew up as a kid. You know, a lot of memories here, a lot of good memories, you know.
They're flooding back right now?
Yeah. This is it.
This is the house?
This is it. Amazing. Amazing. It's pretty neat. My bedroom was around to the back. This was my parents, my sisters, living room, kitchen, family room in the back, garage, and then my room was around to the back.
And how long did your family live here?
Oh, I'm going to say 15, maybe 20 years.
Back then, if you lived on Crest Drive, you knew everybody. And we mean everybody.
Bernie Roberts, Jason Smith, the Dismangs here, you know, which my brother ended up marrying Marcia.
Really? He married his next door neighbor?
Yes, yes, yes.
With his dog here?
No, and he keeps barking, and I hope he don't get out or I'm running to the car.
This is Jim Thome.
Easy.
You don't want to mess with him. Believe me, you don't. Now, at the end of the day, we were driving in Jim's old neighborhood when we passed by a cemetery. Jim turned to me at that point and said, "This is where his mom is buried." And knowing he's a very private person, I did not want to overstep my bounds, but since he spoke so much about her that day, I asked him if he wanted to pay a visit, and would he mind if we documented it. Well, he thought about it for a moment, looked me square in the eyes, and said, "Let's do it." After visiting Jim's first house, as well as his first Little League field, we were driving back in his old neighborhood when Jim decided to make one final stop.
I spend a lot of time here when I come home. We talk a lot together. When Mom was towards the end there, this was an area we wanted her to be in. You know, because it was close to our home. I was very fortunate to get a chance to say goodbye to her, you know, and a lot of people don't have that chance, you know. The unfortunate thing about cancer is you do get that chance to say goodbye, but it's very difficult, you know, and it's definitely pretty, I have a lot of emotion when I come here, a lot, because what she meant to our family.
During Jim's last visit, he and his daughter Lila left a card at the gravesite. 1 month later, it remained under some snow.
And she's obviously learning how to spell that, so she...
Oh, that's correct.
We do that a lot, me and Andrea. We make sure that she knows who her grandma, you know what I mean? So it's really neat. This was actually my dad's idea to do this with Jacob's Field. The two angels. That's the view from the seat that they used to sit in Jacob's Field, which was basically right over our dugout right here.
She never got to see you play with the White Sox, but you saw so much.
She'd be so happy. She would be so happy right now. And I think, you know, I think coming here was a wish from her, a grant from her, you know, to come back and to be able to play at home, and, you know, and what she's given our family by me playing for the White Sox has been tremendous.
And for Jim, Peoria will always be home. A town that shaped him and now reveres him. Where the circle of life, even in death, remains forever.
You are what your family is, and they definitely set the right example for me to go on and do what I've done.